guys lean this way.
I'm photobombing you on this one. Okay. Where's your phone, Kimmy Sue?
Hermione.
Oh, we're all.
Hermione's dad. Look here. Look at that. Look at that. Where are you looking? Allison.
Everybody wave at me over here for a quick sec. Hello. Okay.
Okay, now I'm going to send the phone down. Okay, I'll send my phone down.
It's coming down. Just grab it and do a selfie shot.
What are these three ready for?
I know. The guy comes stand here looking there, he's like, oh, we know this movie.
Oh, Sven's coming in too?
Yeah, you can send Sven in if he'll. Yeah, send Sven in here. He's right there. Come on in, dude. Okay. I'll start and just talk for a couple of minutes here to help set the context and help create the story.
Cassie's so pretty.
Aren't they? They're all just like.
She's got like a big mandala on her like right shoulder. That's her summer color. In the winter, she's the color of her butt. It's just like changing.
In the winter, I'm the color of my butt too. Yeah.
Ah.
Good one.
Okay. Here's the setup that I want you guys to. You guys kind of play a little mind story with me, and we'll create a picture story that I want you to relate into your own personal life. Okay. What I've learned in working with wild horses, and Michelle, I loved your question last night. You know, about what do I get out of this, or what's in it for me, and that understanding. And honestly, the message of transformation that I get in working with horses is I understand how to help them walk through their fears, to identify them, their traumas, to find the triggers, to find the things that start to create those old stories, those old narratives that come up for us all. As I've been finding that in the horses, and then having the science side of why that's happening and the science side of how to release it. I loved it with the horses, and then I had that aha moment. Now I was just like, if they can do this, why can't I? That was a 5-year question. I held that question for 5 years of like, I want to figure this out for me. So now that I've got this realization that, I mean, does it make sense to you? Does it make sense that if Mother Nature created that capacity, these were all free-ranging wild horses living out in the wild. And now for them to be here and be in this space and to have them be, calm and quiet and be okay right here. Like if these were wild horses the day one, this would be a dust storm. This would be chaos. Their whole world would be in a complete disarray and a state of panic. Does that make sense? So if Mother Nature created that possibility that they can walk that journey to be here, what journey can you walk? That's the question I want to pose to you. And what I want to show you here, and I don't know exactly how it's going to come about, but somehow I'm going to show you, because this is just how it is, I'm going to show you the steps of transformation for you in your life. How you incorporate that into you in your life is all you. But I just want to show you the steps that Mother Nature has shown me in working with the horses of how the steps go for the horses. And when I first got into the horses and kind of got into this, I was in a guided meditation, and the first time in my life that I had ever really gotten that quiet. So it was one of my first ever meditations. and I got quiet enough, and I was just starting to crack open and just starting to have other beliefs besides the ones that I had. And anyway, I received this message. And the message was that, West, if you will follow the Mustangs, they have a journey for you. This is before I even really knew what a Mustang was. Like, I didn't have one. This was just an intuitive message that came to me during a meditation. And I wrote it down on a piece of paper. And then another knowing just came to me, and it says, and in return for following the Mustangs, they will show you an honorable transition for them to live with man. You guys, I couldn't even spell horse when this happened. That was my knowledge set on horses. And so to have that message and wrote that down, and to have that, there's a journey if I will follow, and they have something to show me in return. Wow. Wow, that was 15-ish years ago. And so that's been the journey that I've been on for 15 years, is following the Mustang. So every opportunity, every new client, every speaking thing, whatever somebody wants me to come and do, if there's a Mustang involved, I say yes, almost every time. Because that's me following. Like, oh, there's a Mustang here that's got a message for me. Let's go to New Mexico. Hey, there's this Mustang here, that this client. So we've just been following. So here's what I've kind of learned to put together. We'll bring this all the way around. One of the most insightful things that I have learned is being able to relate my own internal autonomic system and how it responds and reacts to the environment, into my life, into what's happening. It operates exactly the same as their autonomic system. So when I say autonomic system, what does that mean? Let's make sure we're just on the same page. What's your autonomic system tell you on the inside? What's going on? What?
Breathe, beat your heart.
Yeah, right? Or good thing. Some of us can't remember to freaking, grab the laundry out of the dryer. Let alone if I had to think about my heart beating and digesting food and breathing. Like, shit, I would be dead. Like, I can't do all that. So our autonomic system takes care of stuff automatically. A lot of stuff. And it takes care of stuff based off of the stories that we tell ourselves about us. So the stories that we tell create the experiences that we have in this now moment. So you're all sitting here having your experience, but your experience is based off of the stories you have told yourself before you got here. Not about this, but about you. Does that make sense? There's 11 different experiences going on right now? Yeah. There's no way they can be the same. You guys have not walked the same walks. So your autonomic system operates in this range, and this is where healing and breakdown happen. Right? When our autonomic system is highly regulated, we're upregulated. Stress, anxiety, fear, doubt, confusion, all of that equals the neurochemicals of cortisol and adrenaline. Yep, those things can keep us alive, but they're not going to keep us healthy. So dopamine and serotonin are the other end of that, and that's in the parasympathetic autonomic system. That's where we rest, we relax, our heart rate is slower, our breathing is slower, we're more relaxed in our body. This is when healing can start to happen. This is where release can happen. Release doesn't happen when you're stressed out. And so as I've worked with horses and figured this out, they can be stressed out and they can learn to tolerate and do some things.
How can we?
Right? Does any of us know how to tolerate? Are any of us super good at it? Right? So we can tolerate life and we can get through things and we can just power through and push through. And there's times for that, 100%.
When we're at my mom's.
There's times for that. There's times for that. We're just going to push through this. Yep. But what I want you to know is that the healing, the transformation, the release, the change doesn't happen in the upregulation. It happens in the downregulation. And our society programs and tells us to stay in the upregulation. Keep going. Try harder. Go more. Go faster. Be bigger. Be bolder. Have everybody look at you. Get all of the things to you. Right? Look this way. Act this way. Talk this way. Be this way. That's what will make you successful. That's what I believe for a number of decades.
Because we're not worrying. We have to wear masks. And
All the stressors to occupy. But the healing and the release, the transformation happens way down here. So we got to have a path. We have to have a way to go from here, because it's okay to be here. And we got to know that we're there. And then we got to have a path. How do we get to here? And then we got to know that we're here. We're relaxed. We're in this down-regulated state. So what I want to ask you all is I want you all to imagine that you are this handsome dude over here, Diesel. Okay? I want you to imagine that Diesel is a reflection of you and your autonomic system and of your stories and of your beliefs that you've brought with you to this point. You guys, we can't get away from our stories. That's what makes us human. Stories is what makes us. They're not bad. It's just what story are we telling ourselves? That's where the magic, that's where the transformation comes in, is when we're writing the story, not reading it. We're not having somebody else tell us the story. So what we're going to do, I want you to just imagine that you all are Diesel, and then I want you to imagine, and we'll see how this plays out, but we've got all of these other, come on over, Sven, I know you want to.
He's going to regulate
He's going to walk right up.
Slow down, breathe.
Yeah.
Sven was waking up from his last fight.
Yeah.
Please.
So there's all these other, we got Sven, we've got Indy, we got Jazzy, and we got Cassidy. So we've got 4 other possibilities for you to identify with. Maybe these are your stories. Maybe these are your beliefs. Maybe these are your structure. Maybe these are your relationships. Current, past, maybe even future. These are the stories that you tell yourself. These are what create you to be you in this given moment. That sound, we're on the same page? Does it feel all right? Awesome. So I want you to watch Diesel, watch yourself, and let's just watch. We'll just keep checking back in, and I'll come back and ask you, how you feeling? What are you seeing in Diesel? What's coming up for you? So I want you to imagine me. I'm just, let's say I'm pressure, I'm life, I'm universe, I'm flow, I'm maybe your higher knowing, like my role in what I'm playing out here. Does that make sense? That there's something more dictating and leading and orchestrating some things for you, creating some opportunities for you. That B is right there, Michelle. Just be relaxed.
Uh-huh. I mean, they don't really hurt that.
Okay, so, and then this nice circle, this round pen is what we call it in cowboy training, horse training world, round pen. But I like to represent and look at this as perhaps your life, that it's this big circle. And you just move from this season to that season to that season and this season, and you have these different parts of you that play different roles as you travel through the cycles of your life. So I'm going to go over here and where's that handy dandy, my Harry Potter magic wand? I had a nice kid tell me one time working with him. He's an autistic kid, and his mom asked me to work with him and horses, and I come out and I'm talking to him. He watched me work. He's like, "You have a Harry Potter wand!" "Yes, I do. It's magic." He goes, I know. I'm like, "Well, come play. Let's go play some magic." So ever since then, I like to call it my Harry Potter wand. So life just happens, right? So see me as higher power, opportunities, whatever that is for you. But right, life is going to ask us to move. So Diesel, you guys, let's just move here for a minute. Notice how your stories want to stick with you. Right? Notice how your beliefs want to be with wherever you are. Don't leave me behind. I'm important. You need to remember this bullshit story that happened to you when you were 10. Don't let this go. All right. Let's go check out what's life got for us over on this side. Oh. Anybody feel scary to be all alone? All right, Mark, if you'll help me with that gate. What did that feel like, just to witness that much? Give me a couple of things.
Felt also like my thoughts, they kind of go, and then they cluster up, and then there's a moment of silence. We're like, no.
Okay, yeah. All right.
It's all powerful.
What's that?
It's all powerful.
Powerful? You see something in there?
Yeah, just the power.
Yeah.
And the going. I love they're all running, and then there was a point where Sven was like, wait a second. This is silly. Stood here not doing that. Like, I don't need to do that. Look at him. I know I'm safe. And it's all so crazy.
It's like, I'm out. All right, do your thing.
Or else it's like me sometimes, and I'm like, fuck y'all.
I'm not doing that. Oh. Oops. Oops. Right? Can you see how our stories and our beliefs and our experiences are part of our safety?
Yeah.
Well, if we want to make real change, we have to let go of some of that safety. We might have to let go of a belief or a story that we have believed to be so true for so long, and it's kept us safe for so long, or it's kept us in our pain for so long. You guys know pain is comfort. Known pain is way more comfortable than unknown pain. We will stand in known pain a hell of a lot longer than we will stand in unknown pain, because we don't know. So for fear of not knowing, we stay. And it hurts, and it hurts. And we become tolerant to it. And it becomes normalized. And then we tell a story, that's just who I am. And then we accept it. And then we carry it around for days, weeks, years, decades. So to start something new, we've got to create some separation from our old. We've got to identify it. We've got to look at it. We've got to create some space and perhaps feel some unknown pain, feel some unknown discomfort. And then we can start to change. So life has a way, right, I'm kind of being life in this role that we're playing. Life has a way of creating those opportunities for us to become even more uncomfortable staying in our stuff versus risking getting into the new. So life dishes some things up. So life's gonna go rumble some things up here. Let's let life change a few things. What if we're going to remove one of your stories? What if we remove two of your stories? What if we remove three of your... Oh! No, we're not going to remove three. That's it. No, 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 no. I can't be that vulnerable. I can't be that exposed. Yeah. But what if life has something else for you? What if life has something more for you that you don't know about? And life really needs you to let go of some of your old stories. Oh, but I want my old stories. I want my old comforts. I want my things. What does that feel like? Hmm.
Nobody's coming to save us.
Here we are. Alone in the round pen of our own life.
Yeah, at the end of the day, who's the most important? I am.
Hey, Mark, now that you're all the way back in,
Yeah.
will you open that gate?
Yeah.
And we'll just go push Indy in that one and close that one.
Got it.
And then we'll, yes, thank you.
Please will better go over than open.
See, as I was working with the horses, until I could get them mentally and energetically truly with me and connected to me, the work I thought I was doing without that connection and that attention in place was subpar. It didn't stick. It didn't last. It was temporary. Like I could work with the horse and we could do the things, you know, we could deal with some scary things. But then later, or after, you know, another day, come back and that horse was just as terrified, just as scared, just as cautious, because I didn't truly have the horse's attention and I truly didn't have connection. And so that's cortisol and adrenaline. And when we have experiences on cortisol and adrenaline, we're already locked up, we're already pushing back, we're already resistant. And so when we just push through some hard things in life and we just kind of fake it until you make it, which I'm not opposed to that saying, but I'm also like, it's got to have its own limitations. Because we can't fake it till we make it. We can fake it maybe for the first step or two, but then we better get real fucking accountable and real of like, what do I want? What am I doing? What am I creating? What am I working towards? And to have that be lasting and impactful, we need to do it. There's two things the horse is looking for when it's going through transformation. Two things. Anybody know? One thing. Well, two things. What did Mother Nature program into the horse that is required for change? What?
Seeking safety.
Safety and what else? Okay, what's safety? So the horse is asking one question, am I safe? And that's not coming from a conscious, like we might ask, like, hey, we're going to be safe at Cammie's place for the weekend? Like that's a conscious question. Am I safe from the horse is coming from an internal, autonomic, soul, spirit kind of space. Am I safe?
Here's the thing. Am I safe with all these women in my space? Like in here, in my heart and my soul. 10 years ago? No.
I know.
5 years ago? No. Maybe even 3 years ago?
Right?
Yeah. But you have to find the safety within before you can have it inside.
Yeah. Come up here, Diesel. Let's come up here and say hi. Oh, boy, some of you are quick to give up on your therapy. The gate's open. I'm effing out of here. Who was that? Who was that? Did you see that? Do we do that? The pressure's on. We're almost at a moment of a big breakthrough, but our stories and our fears and our doubts and all the things is like, the gate's open! I'm out of here! I'm out of here! That was awesome. That was awesome. Let me get Sven. Okay. Close this one and open that one.
Freeze, gotcha.
God.
Okay. Yeah, that was good. I didn't know where you were going.
Ah, well, you know, Mark, I didn't either, so. All right, so let's see what might happen here when all of your stories and your beliefs and all of your stuff is left. Uh-oh, what's happening? What are you doing?
Find a way out. This is where I got in.
Right? Oh, I don't know if I want to do this work. I don't know if I want to change. My familiar pain is so much more enjoyable than this unknown pain. I want to go back to what I used to feel. At least when I felt shitty, I knew I felt shitty. Right now, I don't know what I feel. Head up high. Wanting to be somewhere than where you are. Got the nervous poops. Running back to your old patterns. They're not working anymore.
I'm all alone in the world. Everything I believed was a fucking lie.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm looking for my stories. I need my beliefs back. I've lost my identity. I don't know who I am. I don't know how to be. I don't know who I align with. I don't know who I connect with.
I do.
You behave yourself. But what if life has something for you that all that other stuff needs to get out of the way? I want you to imagine this tarp as something in your life. Maybe it's something you've been afraid of. Maybe it's something you've thought about but never thought you deserved. Hell, maybe it's something you're like, holy shit, I've never ever dreamed that big. And let's watch what Mother Nature shows us. How do we get to this new thing? How do we live without our fears and our stories and our beliefs and our bullshit?
It's a conscious choice.
So I'm going to bring Diesel over here. I'm going to bring you over here to this new thing. Let's watch and see how you engage. You ready? Let's watch and see how you engage with your new thing. You guys, life has something really awesome for you somewhere out in front of you, your timeline. Now look how some of you are so stuck. There's your old stories right over there. I don't want to leave those and go up here. I feel the pressure of life, but no, I don't want to leave. Yeah. Oh my gosh. We broke you away from your old stories, your old stuff, but you don't quite sure of this new thing. So here's where Mother Nature really showed me through the horses of how transformation is possible. So me as, we'll say, the horse trainer right now, I've got to get Diesel's attention onto the thing. Where's his attention right now? Me or out there? Where does he not want to be? Like right there, he's like, that's no. That's a no. That's unknown. That's too much. Now, as your higher self, how do you guys not know your higher self doesn't have the most badass, bitchin', glorious thing right out in front of you, but it can't tell you about it? It can't tell you you're going to be safe. It can't tell you anything about it. But life just wants you to progressively engage more and more with finding some new things, new ways of being, new ways of living. What does it take? How do we get from where we are to some unknown thing, some unknown experience, some unknown growth, some unknown version of us, when we don't even know that we want to be there? We want to be back in our old stuff. So let's take a look. I'm going to apply some pressure. Life's going to apply some pressure to you. And when you're heading towards, when you're looking towards, when you're going towards the new opportunity, life is going to stand back and be like, have some experiences right there. You're headed in the right direction. And then when you give up on yourself, when you start doubting, you start turning back, life's going to come back in and say, nah, I really, really want you to experience what's up here. And life's going to bump you with a little more pressure to go take a look again. And all you need to know is, am I safe right there? If you can find safety every step, just a little bit of safety, every step to the new thing, you can get to the new thing. But if you get overwhelmed, if you panic, if you react, if you resist, it's going to slow you down. And we're just going to keep moving with one step of safety at a time. You ready? This is just life's model of how to transform your life. You're going to see it right here in this horse in the next 30 minutes. And then, when we're done, I've got a question for all of you when we're done. What did the wild horse teach you about you? All right, here's life. Let's go look at this new thing. It's over there. Yep, it's right over there. It's right over there. It's right over there. Yes. Nope, nope, no. Pressure. That's not it. Keep looking. Don't go back to your old stories. I got a new thing out in front of you. Yes, I have something out in front of you. The other way. Not back to your old stories. Yes. Oh, and then some of you run right by it. Like, yeah, I don't think so. I'm going to just head right back. Yeah. Right, so we can run right past it. But again, we're in this circle of life, so what happens? Here we are again, back in our old stories. Let's go take a look at this new thing. Nope, I'm not your answer. Nope, you've got your answers. Nope, you've got them. You've got them. Yep, somewhere up there. Somewhere right up there. Oh, yeah, just right there. Right there. Oh, oh. Whew, hang on a minute. Are we closer now than where we were? That thing right back there, that in this reality was like 60 seconds ago, that might have been a decade ago in your life. It also might have been last week. It might have even have been this morning. How adept are you at following the feel of your life to go towards the new things with unknown sense of safety, but building it as you go? Here you are, you're standing here. You're not looking at it. You're kind of just like, well, I'm doing this. And Mother Nature, God, Creator, Universe Flow, Higher Self, whatever it is for you, wants you to have these moments. It's not about getting there. It's about getting from where you are to the next step. And when you do that enough times, you'll get to there. Enough times might be a month, might be a decade. Cammy and I have been working on some transformation that we're damn near 10 years in. It takes little things. All right, so we're here. We got comfortable. We're standing still. But we got to go take a look. We got to go engage. All right, so life's going to give you some pressure. Are you going to turn back to the old way? Are you going to turn to the new way? Oh, you're going to turn back to the old way. That's okay too. Life will just keep bumping you with pressure until you go look for something new. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh my gosh! Wow! You did it, but some of you just kind of ran through it. Fine, I'll go to your damn thing for the weekend. All right. I'll go to therapy, okay. Right, did you notice? I mean, he went to it, but could he be with it? Could you be with it? So is that a failure? But some might label it that way. You might even self-critique yourself and be like, oh, well, man, I sure messed that up. I sure failed. I'm so not worthy. No, that was just one experience. You just had an experience, and guess what? you didn't die. And as long as that thing doesn't happen, you have a new opportunity. Tammy, how many times have we traveled and been places, and I'm teaching or doing new things, you're doing new things, and we get back like, whew, well, we didn't die.
Yeah, lots of times.
We didn't die. All right. So life's gonna bring you back to it. Whoa, 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 whoa! What's the rush? Let's not just go stampeding through this again. Which one of you wants to go stampeding through it? Who is it? Okay, it's me. Is that not our pattern? Oh, fine. I'll just put my head down. Do you see him put his head down? I'll just go march through this.
He's like, you're telling on me.
He's like, Jill, Jill, you're getting this, right, Jill? All right, let's just slow this down. Life wants us to cherish and have this experience. We want it with safety. We want it with consciousness. We want it with accountability and vulnerability. Let's just be with it. And then when we're standing on it, let's see what it feels like instead of the stories and the bullcrap we tell ourselves before we even get there. Hey, that was a calmer look. That was better. Oh, but no, that was a failure, West. They didn't stand on their thing. They didn't really do it. They just faked it. They just did their bullshit. They just did their meditation, but it wasn't real. Was that experience different than the one previous? Absolutely. And notice that you didn't run back to your old stories. You're just standing here going, and I didn't die. Maybe that's not as scary as I thought. Because now you've got 2 real-world experiences instead of 4 bullshit stories. See, as humans, we need experiences. And the stories we tell about our experiences is how we define our lives. Same holds true of the stories we tell about why we didn't have the experience. When we're over here blaming somebody else. Or we're blaming something. I'm not good enough. I'm not tall enough. I'm not beautiful enough. I'm not. All of that story keeps you over here. All right, let's go have another little experience. Because now we can head into this experience. Right, we've done it twice. Ooh. Boy, that was better. Okay, now we've had 3. Ooh. 4. Are they getting a little better? But notice we still aren't being with the new thing. But we've just had 4 little experiences. So what story do you tell yourselves after something? Do you validate all the bullshit that you had before? Or do you have the experience? Do you give yourself time and space and grace to be like, well, I didn't die. What actually did happen? I actually did feel something. I thought something different. I told myself a little different story. And it felt a little different. Let's try again. Life just wants you to keep taking a look. Keep exploring. Be curious. Woo. You can skip it, but life will just keep kind of redirecting you to see if you can go back and find that thing. Ooh. Look how much closer you're standing now after. Remember the first time you did the experience? You didn't stop moving until you was over here. You're getting more comfortable with this new thing with each new experience, with each new story that you tell yourself about the experience. Yeah, you can walk away again. Life really wants you to go over and check it out. What? What? Look at you, look back at your bullshit stories and go, oh, that was fake. Oh, but I want my stories back. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Have any of you ever done that? All right. Oh, look at you. Look at you coming back to the new thing. Oh. All right, now life's just going to keep bumping with you bits of pressure until you get exactly on the thing that life wants you to be on. You pass it, life's going to bump you with some new things. Little bits of pressure to lead you to this new thing. And when you can be with the new thing and be comfortable and stand still on it and be with it, allow it, life's going to just keep kind of bumping. Look how well you know exactly where the thing is. Now, you've had, what, 5 experiences? You've left it a few times. You're still kind of convinced your old stories are there. But damn, there's something about this new thing. This new belief in yourself. Hey, that's close enough. How about if we just be comfortable right here? Yep, your old stories, your old stuff is still back there. It's still there for you if you want to go for it. Oh, yep. And then life is going to bring along a little bit of pressure and say, you know, there's something else. There's something else. Woo! Wow! Wow! Yep, look how your old stories are still out there, but look at you standing here. Look at you finding comfort. Look at you finding safety. Look at you telling a new story. Look at you having a new experience. What are you saying, ladies? Thank you, Diesel. You hang out wherever you want. I'm going to go talk to these 11 predators up here that have been looking at you. So, was that a trick? Was that a sequence that Diesel and I have had set up that we train and we just do this to fuck around with you?
I know it's not because I've seen you do it with a brand new horse that you met.
Right? That is just Mother Nature's code on display. You guys just saw it. You just witnessed it. You just felt it. That was not rehearsed. That was not coerced. That was simple pressure, release, and reward. Am I safe? Where's the release? That's all the horse wants to know. Am I safe? Where's the release of pressure? And that's all your system is looking for is, am I safe? Where do I get away from this pressure? This false pressure, these beliefs, this fear that is false. That we've been programmed is true, that we've been built upon. And it's part of who we are. We're not supposed to not feel it. We're supposed to feel it and engage with it and work with it and roll with it and play with it and own it. That's what you just saw right there. You just saw Mother Nature's code working in a prey animal, negotiate its way to safety. The one place in this whole arena that he didn't want to stand when we first came in here. 11 predators above him and a white hole to the center of the earth that for sure you'll die. And that's where he found safety to stand. Why? Why did he find safety right there? What was happening?
It was the only place there wasn't pressure.
We call that flow. And it's damn hard to find. Because we let the pressure bump us in all places and we're reacting. We're going back to our old. We're going back like, well, I don't know. I know this yucky stuff. Like, I've lived this way my whole life. I'm just born this way. But to find a place where there's no pressure, we've got to let go of the pressure and freely just flow. Where is life taking me? That's hard. That's scary. Everything in our programming, in our society tells us, no, don't do that. Be a label. Be in a box. Have your story and stick to it. Yeah, you were born this way. That's right, you don't have opportunity. Yeah, that's right, your life sucks. Stay standing there. But that's the programming. But that's not life. That's not creator. That's not the energy that we all have. We all have that energy and are capable of that. One experience at a time. Tell a new story. Have another experience. Tell another story. What are you doing, dude? He's like, I got this now. I'm going to grab my water bottle while y'all are thinking of a couple of questions or some statements or something. We're going to just have a little dialogue and then we're going to wrap this up right here because there's nothing to improve on what just happened. Thoughts? What did you see? What did you feel?
Something I always think about, I don't know if anybody else does, you know, we ask for all this help from angels and ancestors, and at least me, sometimes I feel completely abandoned, but I think they're all doing exactly what we're doing right now, like just a little bit.
Oh, were you all? Were you? Yeah.
Yeah, and they don't jump in and rescue. We see it, you're close. You're so close, and we're like, where are you? Why aren't you helping there?
You have to go through it yourself.
It's such a solitary thing that no one can do.
I love that, Melody, and I often look at things that happen in my life that led there, and it's this great thing. You know, I didn't know what that thing was, but we've just kind of been trying to find out this flow, and then we get there, and I'll be thinking about it. I'm like, oh my gosh, what did my angels have to orchestrate to get me to do that?
Mm-hmm. And what did they have to restrain themselves from rescuing me from?
Yeah. Who did they need to bring into my path? And, oh, that one guy or that one thing that was bad? Actually, that led to the other thing that led to this, right? Those things can be connected.
Yeah, I have this damsel in distress disease. I mean, I used to. Yeah, where I'm just like, somebody has to come save me, you know? And we're all sitting here going like, this horse has to learn this. We can't save it. You can't. You're doing the right thing by not saving the horse. Like that, and that's what the universe, God, does for us. Lets us figure it out and doesn't go, okay, you don't have to do it. I know it's uncomfortable. You don't have to do it.
You know what would have happened if that? You know what would have happened had I done that as being life or the horse trainer part? Like, bring Diesel up here, and then he turns and leaves, and it's like, okay.
He gets his dopamine from not doing the thing.
You get the dopamine hit on the turnaround, not the turning to. So then you just get programmed to, you turn around. You turn around, you're like, oh yeah, cool, yes I want to. Oh shit, no I don't, never mind. Oh, that looks cool. Nope, I don't. And you get so addicted to turn around, you never leave the house. And then we become, our comfort zone gets to be such a constricting space. There's no longer comfort within it, and we just stay in it. We need pressure Change does not happen without pressure. I could put Diesel in here and I could stand there for hours. He would not end up on that tarp. Days, weeks, months I could stand out here and he would not end up on that tarp. We will not change without pressure. So when we feel pressure, right, if we can flip that story, change that narrative from the pressure of like, oh, whatever, you know, change it to, ooh, what's up ahead? There's some shit going on in my life. There must be, woo, I wonder what's happening next month, because this shit is uncomfortable. I don't like what's going on right now, but okay, I'm leaning in. Let's fix it. Let's be accountable. Let's be honest. Let's be clear communicators. Let's talk. Let's manage this thing. Let's be involved with it so that I can get to something here. All right, what else?
We should give ourselves grace.
Yes!
Give ourselves grace that we did it. May not have been perfect
Yes!
time,
Yes!
but we did it.
And did it doesn't even mean did. Did it means leaving there.
Just celebrate those little steps.
Yes. It's required, Jill. The first time, like after when the pressure, and then he just cruised across, okay, he didn't really give himself, you didn't give much there. But if we can find that grace, notice afterwards we stopped there, then we stopped there, and then there. Those are all grace moments. Hey, I flowed a little bit. Whoo, scary. Whoo. But I went to dance class. I remember Cammie going to that LW dance class that first time. Holy Christy. I mean, I don't know. Had you not invited and been there, like that was a big freaking deal. Big deal to go be around women and do something for herself. And that was...
Not know the dance.
And yeah, not know the moves and all of that. Right?
Now I'm on the front row. Yeah.
Those are the things. That's, Jill, those are the grace moments. They are required. You've got to do some and find safety. Some more and find safety. That's Mother Nature's code.
It's crazy how excited, like as soon as one foot stayed on, it was just like, oh my gosh! This is so exciting.
Yes!
This is so exciting. You're not even moving your foot off of the car.
Yeah!
Ah, so excited. Focus on the soccer.
Yeah. And that, you guys, as I do this, as life happens, so I overlay this onto my life all the time of like, I don't need to conquer that thing. I just need to take the first step from there. That's all that's needed right now. What's the first step? Let me call this guy. Let me send him a text. Let me reach out. Let me whatever. Yes, let's talk to so-and-so in Colorado about going there.
But you also gave him the safety, the space.
The time, yes. Yep.
Give him a little pressure, but you didn't like throw him in the deep end. You know, just the ease and the space.
I love how he just keeps parading back by.
He's like, oh yeah, that's it. It was good.
But you guys want to know what's happening? He's anxious. He wants to be back out with the herd. He found some releases of pressure, and so he's re-hitting those spots, trying to regulate himself. So he's just repeating that new pattern we just built. He's just trying to find some comfort. His old stories want him out there, and he keeps cycling over here because, man, something felt good over here earlier. But I'm not helping him. I'm just, right? So, all right, two more. Two more. What'd you see? What'd you hear? What'd you feel?
I mean, this supposed safe space is surrounded by people. I mean, like, it's not over here where it's calm and like no threat. It's in the danger zone. It's like right in. We might as well have just been like holding on to it.
Yes.
Ah.
So what does that tell you?
It's not happening in isolation necessarily.
It's not happening where we want it to be comfortable and be safe. We've got to get out of that. It's required. I haven't been able to walk a horse through transformation without walking them through the terror and the fear and the uncomfortableness. I've not been able to do it. I've helped a whole lot of people that weren't able to apply pressure and get their horse uncomfortable because it gets ugly. It gets worse. They get more fear-based and more reactive. And we do too. We shut down, we recluse, we hide back, we fight, we lash out. all of those things to protect us, to not be. But yeah, I could have picked over there and set this whole thing up. But I know what it takes for transformation, and I know if I keep the pressure, the release, and the grace and the time, 100% I know I can get him on that tarp. The only thing I don't know is how long it will take. Same thing for us. Transformation is right there. I don't know how long it's going to take. Yeah.
Like I feel like this tarp was able to hold the safe space for him to be able to actually release too. Like I saw him seeing and release. Because like for me, everything that has surfaced and all the trauma that has surfaced, I wasn't in a safe space to have that come to surface
Yep.
or to be said or witnessed. And so to be able to create that where you do feel safe to, you know, does that make sense? I'm trying to put words.
Absolutely.
To it. And just being able to feel that grief or that anger, like once you're in that new space, because there is that grieving process where you aren't living the life that you thought that you might be, and that's okay. But I don't know, just feeling safe to just be released.
It's required. There's safety is required for healing and for transformation, growth, release. And that safety is that internal sense of safety. So we've got to go inward. We've got to go find our internal safety and build on that. You know, doing our own work, doing that self-work. That's what it is. And getting that internal safety, then we can start taking it with us. And that's what we build with the horses, is building that internal sense of safety. Then they can take it with them and go out into the world. Because I can't show Diesel everything he's going to experience in this world. I can't show him that in here. But I can build him to be safe on the inside, that I can take him to anything in this world and he can manage it.
It sounds like the box truck conversation that you had with me.
Cammie and I, the biggest thing that I've been working on, well, for me personally, but Cammie and I's relationship for the last, 5+ years, is I hold a belief inside of me that Cammie and I are stronger than anything in this reality. But that takes some experiences to prove out. And I can believe it all day long, but you don't know what you have until you have it under pressure. And when you have it under pressure, now you know.
You gotta stay there long enough to release. You can't just glance over it.
Yeah, right? You got to be there. The pressure gets you there. Like Allison, you got to have enough internal safety to be there, to release, to start to relax.
I had to do my work.
And then that's empowering.
On a horse and to do all this shit with you.
Yeah.
Like tons of down regulations of my own autonomic nervous system. But I'm safe here. I'm safe with you. It doesn't matter about what's going on or where we're sleeping at a truck stop in Salina. Like I didn't get any sleep, but I felt safe.
Ish.
What do you think about like your dance? Like you put your foot into that dance room and it was uncomfortable. Yeah. But until
Now
you
I feel
felt
it
safe
was
now, and that's kind of what ecstatic dance was for me. The first time I went, I was like,
Yeah.
I don't know about
Yeah.
that. And now you trust the environment, you trust the people that are there, where you're able to authentically feel safe enough to release what needs to be.
But most important, you trust yourself to go there and move freely, and like it's okay. I don't care what other people think. I'm gonna be okay.
Anybody else? And then we'll wrap this up. Yes.
I don't know how to explain it, but this is sometimes how I get so frustrated with my higher self. I'm like, what the fuck are we doing? Why am I on display of how to do it in a dumb way? And I'm tired. It's that martyr, heretic thing going on, where I have to mess up good enough so that I can teach other people how to avoid the mistakes that I made. And I guess I probably signed up for that. There's times with my higher self, I'm like, do you really have to get people dressed up? And you really have to do all this? Can't you just wave your stick and put me on the damn plate? Because I don't want to be on display for anybody. I just want relief.
Mm-hmm.
So teach me through that.
Mm.
Because I'm not, and my higher self, I'm like, I just want relief. And I don't want to be everybody's lesson.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure how to get, like, on the thing. And I just want your attention. I don't want to be outside.
That's feeling like, Wendy, when I was asking Diesel to come up here, he kept turning and looking at me. Did you guys hear me say, no, it's not me? No, it's not me. You got to go find this.
No. But that's beautiful.
He was walking up and he kept turning and looking at me for the, I don't know, Wendy, I'm just talking, so I don't know.
No, I know.
But he kept turning and looking at me because I've been the release. Like, that's part of the training and building the connection is, hey, you got to find me first. And then I can direct you where to go. But if you can't find me, I can't show you where to go. So then he found me. Like, he knows that. And now, as I was applying pressure, he kept turning and looking at me and turning and looking at me. And when he would turn and look at me, I'm like, no, I don't have your answers. You do. They're right out in front of you. No, it's not here. No, go. It's not me anymore. I don't know if that fits. But that's what happened with Diesel.
That still sounds like you're talking about me because I always turned to you for the answers. I mean, in the past, until I couldn't when you were in the hospital and stuff, and then I had to start learning like I have to find my own answers and be okay with what I choose, even if you don't like it, or vice versa. We had to find our own sovereignty, you know.
Would you do this same training even if we weren't here? Like this lesson with the horse, even if we weren't sitting here?
Oh yeah, this is a great
Yeah.
communication, connection building tool.
So I'm just thinking like the lesson's the lesson, and sometimes people are observing it because they're drawn to the light, they're drawn to what's happening, but the lesson's not about you performing, it's about the lesson.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not about the audience, it's not about who looks.
Yeah, this is a,
It's about not being able to endure it.
Oh yeah.
yeah, because this isn't about enduring pressure. I think, you know, that the better that he can handle pressure and regulate, then the more pressure can happen and he can just regulate and be, and it's great. But if it gets to a place of tolerance, that's, if I feel like we're at a space of tolerance, then that's where I'm like, ooh, we got to back down. Because if you're in tolerance, it doesn't stick. So I've got, that's the edge, and then I back down from there. As far as the horse training part, which, and I just, all of this applies to life. I just can't deny it. So.
Well, you tell the difference because that's the old way, right? Like you break the tolerance of a horse till they'll just be like, fine, I'll do whatever you say.
That used, yeah, the old way of training horses was just over tolerate till you're broken.
Yes.
You have no voice, you have no way to talk, you have no way to express anything. You just lock up and shut down. Oh, hey, great, look at this horse that I've got. I can, you know, do the things.
Sounds like the first 15 years of our marriage.
Abusive relationship.
I know.
So, her husband that I
Yeah.
had in the quiet little mousy follower wife that you had.
Okay, here's the question I want you to just take home, take with you. What did the Mustang teach you about you? Just let that be and let that resonate as you go through the days and the weeks and as you're going through life and you're like, oh shit, that's that tarp West was talking about. Something, you know, something's going to show up. You're like, ooh, that feels like the tarp. Reflect back. What did Diesel teach you? What did he teach you about you to engage with that new thing? Because that was the model right there. Pressure, release, finding safety, giving yourself grace, one step at a time. There is no expectation of this getting done. There's just little bits of progress over and over and over. Maybe it's an hour, a day, a week, a month, a year, a decade. Well, thank you all. Thank you all for coming and spending time here at the ranch, and thank you for taking your morning and getting, I have never never had an audience like this. So I just want to say that. Wow. Wow, Cami Sue. Like, I would